Coming up on this week's Spotlight, Venice is so over. The Toronto Film Festival is now in full swing. Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Stott. Also on the programme, we talk to Helen Mirren about her controversial new role as the Queen.
The more research I did, the greater my respect for her grew. But not just respect, love. Love.
And we're at its premiere. Plus, Brian McFadden talks to me about the secret behind the success of his relationship with Delta.
I just learned from the last few years of my life, and I think that's why Delta and I's relationship is working so well, because we have learned that, you know, it's better to keep your private life private and try and do as much as you can behind closed doors.
It's emerged that Whitney Houston has filed for divorce from Bobby Brown. The pair have been married for 14 years. The split follows claims earlier in the year that Whitney was living in squalor and addicted to drugs. They live in Georgia and have a 13-year-old daughter. Also in the news this week, Britney Spears has gone and had baby number 2. It's another son for Brit and Kev. He was delivered by pre-scheduled cesarean section at a Los Angeles hospital just before 2 a.m. on Tuesday, with Daddy Fed present. Congratulations to all. Now we're off to an extremely regal occasion. Sky's Emma Birchley has been hobnobbing with royalty.
There was no doubt who ruled the red carpet at the premiere of the controversial new film, The Queen. The question is whether Helen Mirren's bold portrayal of Her Majesty will make her Queen of the big screen, a role that required rigorous research to get it right.
I just soaked myself in film of the Queen. Of course, there is quite a lot, but very little of the real documentary of the real person. So I watched the film like a sort of detective, trying to see things behind the facade.
The film set in the days immediately after the death of Princess Diana. But the nation's grief was far from private, something the Queen struggles to comprehend.
It's a sympathetic portrayal of a woman of a certain age who suddenly has problems with her children and things like that. I mean, it's about a woman who gets into a mess and sorts herself out, but that's inherently sympathetic, yes.
The stormy relationship with a fresh-faced Tony Blair is also central to the plot. But according to the Queen's own press secretary at the time, some bits of the film must be taken with a pinch of salt.
My overall impression was that, yeah, it was entertaining. It was probably a film that I'd go and pay to see, but don't come away from it thinking this is what the Queen is like and this is what happened. Because the impression the film gives is that Downing Street hijacked the whole thing and they were responsible for all the arrangements, where in reality it was really Buckingham Palace that took the lead. Helen
Mirren has already won critical acclaim for her performance, landing Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival. But what the Queen herself thinks of the portrayal remains a mystery, the palace refusing to confirm whether she'll even end up watching it. The public can make their own minds up when the film opens on Friday. Emma Birchley, Sky News, Central London.
More with Dame Helen now. Sky's Lorna Dunkley met up with the BAFTA and Golden Globe winning actress for a chat about this risky role.
Dame Helen Mirren, lovely to speak to you. This is being released across the United Kingdom, the kingdom of the woman that you portray. Are you quietly confident that her subjects will like this, or are you a little nervous?
I'm not nervous about the film because they're not subjects. I mean, of course they are, but they're our audience is what they are. And the film, I believe, from all the responses I've had, is a very enjoyable film. It's already received a couple of awards, which is fantastic. But the award that I cherished the most in Venice, in the Venice Film Festival, was the award it got from the International Film Critics. So there you've got Italian, Spanish, Germans, Japanese, Australians, this worldwide group of film critics who elected it as the best film in the festival, and that means it's got audience appeal, and that's what's most important for a film.
When a film portrays somebody, a real person, a living person, I'm sure there's a tendency among the people who watch it to transplant that person onto the real figure. Are you at ease with the fact that your Queen may well come to be seen as the way the Queen really is?
Oh, I don't think that's remotely likely to happen. Oh, well, I say that. I did a huge amount of work and a great deal of thought in trying to portray the person that I felt the Queen was, if you know what I mean. The person beyond the monarchy, that whatever that is inside of there. And I'm comfortable with my effort, if you like. I saw myself as a portrait painter. You know, there's been many different portraits of the Queen painted. Each portrait is very different. So the portrait painter brings his or her own understanding of this person, and I'm just one in the line of portrait painters, really, is all I am. Obviously on film it has a greater impact in the immediate moment. You know, I hope it's okay.
The Queen is in cinemas this weekend. Not literally, well, she might be, but I suspect she'll watch this from the comfort of her own castle. Anyway, moving on now to the Queen of Pop, who's performed in her first ever